Let's shift gears and talk Cavaliers. We'll bring in our Cavaliers beat reporter Chris Haynes to join us via phone. Chris, how are you?
Doing fine, guys. What's up?
All right, Chris. Kyrie Irving, the last two games, has started to look a lot like the old Kyrie Irving. What have you thought of his last two performances?
Man, he's looking good, man. You can still see during spurts of the game where his timing is off a little bit. His handles, as great as they are, they're still not as crisp as they would be in midseason form. There were a couple of isolation sets where he completely lost the ball last night. But I think once he starts to get into a rhythm, and we definitely seen that in the fourth quarter last night, man, it's all coming back to him. Everything is there. Finishing at the rim, the lightning quick first step, the deceptive speed, changing of pace. It was all there, and he was definitely had some extra motivation going last night, and it was just good to watch, to see him back playing up to his form.
You brought up that extra motivation. The Cavs went into the game saying that they had some motivation because they wanted to pay back Washington for the loss earlier in December, and of course there's the whole Kyrie, John Wall thing. Explain how that came about, and you were telling me earlier, Chris, about a video that the Washington Wizards showed in the game that probably fired up the Cavs and Kyrie a little bit.
Yeah, think about it. The Washington Wizards gave the Cavaliers their lone loss home, their lone loss homes, their lone loss at home this season. And then you add the fact that John Wall, his comments made about a week ago, saying that basically the All-Star voting system is a fraud, and it's a joke that Kyrie is second, among guards. And at the time when the results came out, Kyrie only had played in two games. And John Wall was recently named the Eastern Conference Player of the Month. So he was a little upset about that. Obviously, I talked to Kyrie a couple of days ago, and he said they actually talked after that. John Wall made those comments and made peace. Everything was cool. Everything was straight. So leading up to the second quarter, when the game was pretty much close, the Wizards' in-game presentation crew decided to play a video spoof. It lasted about a minute and a half, and it was a video of fans who were wearing Cavaliers jerseys, Cavaliers apparel, walking into the arena, and they would go to them and ask about five random fans who should be an All-Star, Kyrie or John Wall. And you can tell that these fans were forced to say John Wall. Everybody said John Wall, John Wall. So basically the video was just to try to get John Wall some extra votes. But it just didn't look right. Even in the arena, the fans, they were looking up at it, and it was just an uncomfortable feeling. It was really awkward. The Cavs, it was a timeout for the Cavs. They were looking up and watching the video. And then for John Wall, it had to be an uncomfortable situation for him. This was a situation that he wanted to put behind him. And so for them to put this video up, his own team, it was just bad taste. And then obviously, Kyrie's supposed to be on this minute restriction, but he ends up playing every single minute in the fourth quarter and exploding for 19 points. So, hey, was there extra motivation? You let me know. I asked him about that. And he kind of smiled and laughed and said, nah, no extra motivation. But come on now, that was just bad taste by the people within the Wizards organization.
Chris, we're coming up on a stretch of games where we're going to get to kind of find some things out about this Cavaliers team. They have that Texas road trip where they have to play all three Texas teams. That's always difficult for NBA teams. And then they come home and they face Golden State in the rematch of the Christmas Day game. What are these games going to tell us about the Cavaliers?
It's definitely going to be a good test. The good thing about it is for most of this trip, they got a day off in between games until that final back-to-back in Texas to end the trip. But, we want to see how good this team is whole. This is going to be the first, really true test. When I mean whole, and Kyrie got more games under his belt. Iman Shumpert has more games under his belt. There's getting some continuity. David Blatt is getting more, even though you may question, his rotation or the lack thereof, this is his rotation. So, he wants to build some continuity with it. And and see what they worked on the last couple of weeks. So it's going to be real tough, man. I'm looking forward to that Texas trip. It should reveal a lot. It should reveal, where this team is at. And, I think most people believe that this is the team to beat in the Eastern Conference, and rightfully so. We'll see if we'll still believe that after the Texas trip.
Chris, you mentioned the Cavs hole. That's something that they were waiting for. It's something that the fans were waiting for. In your opinion, the Cavs hole, are they the best team in the NBA?
Nah, I still can't go there. Talent-wise, yes. I mean, come on. Now, how can we disrespect the Golden State Warriors like that?
I don't know. Everybody else did this offseason.
Well, everybody else did, but can we learn from our mistakes, please? I mean, can we progress as a fan base of the league? I mean, come on now. I mean, it's obvious. The Warriors are not even whole. They don't have Harrison Barnes, who was a key cog, to what they do over there. So no, I'm not going to go that far. Do they have the potential to be the best team? Yes, obviously yes. But come on, man, the step that the Warriors have taken after winning the championship, man, it's unbelievable. You've never seen anything like it, man. So I can't go that far. Do they have the potential to be the second best team? That's definitely a debate. Them and San Antonio, but I'm not putting them over the Warriors right now.
Chris, there's always a conversation about title contenders versus playoff contenders. In your opinion, based on what you've seen here in the first couple of months of the NBA season, understanding that there's a long way to go and a lot of things can change, how many true title contenders do you think there are?
Probably 4. I would say there's only one in the Eastern Conference right now, and that's Cleveland. Over in the West, you got Golden State, of course, San Antonio, and possibly the Clippers. Possibly, because they have the talent. But, they lack in execution sometimes. And, Blake Griffin, we'll see how he returns. But it's 4, and 4 may even be pushing it. I think it's a clear-cut, top of the brain teams in this league that you got to go with Golden State, Cleveland, and Spurs.
All right, Chris, thanks for the time.
Anytime, guys. Take care.